We're nearing the spring real estate market here in Durham region, and things are not going as some may have expected. Listings are starting to pile up, but buyers are not coming back nearly as quickly. With uncertainty surrounding tariffs, interest rates, and the economy, many buyers are on pause as they wait and see what happens before making their move. So what does this mean for you? In this video, we're breaking down the latest numbers and trends in our local market. I'll explain what I'm experiencing right now with my clients and how this impacts you if you're planning on buying or selling in the near future. My name is Jessie McClellan and I'm a realtor here in Oshawa, Ontario with the Lisa Abbott team. I make videos to keep you up to date on everything happening in our real estate market, especially here in Durham region. So if you'd like to follow along, please subscribe to the channel and help me reach 1,500 subscribers. You can also use the link in the description to book a buyer consultation, selling consultation, or just a phone call to get your questions answered about our market. After seeing so many new listings come on the market in January, I was really curious how February was going to play out. It seemed unlikely that we would see a rush of buyers and a big jump in sales given this current uncertainty in the market. But this is the time of year that we typically see activity really starting to ramp up and we start to see homes selling faster. So here's what happened. There were 1,229 new listings in Durham region during the month of February, only a 1.3% increase month over month. We had a 13.4% increase in the number of transactions, bringing our sales up to 555. Our active listings grew by about 11%, so we ended the month with 1,580 listings still on the market. But because of the slight increase in sales, our months of inventory dropped slightly to 2.8 months. And our sales to new listing ratio jumped up to 45.2%. Besides the small bump in sales, the only numbers that suggest our market is slightly picking up is our average days on market dropping from 30 down to 22 days, and our sale price to list price ratio has increased to 101%. That's to be expected at this time of year. We're seeing buyers moving a bit faster on homes, and we're seeing a lot more homes choosing to list low and hold offers. So those listings tend to sell a bit faster and above asking. In Durham region, about 45% of the homes that sold in February sold above their asking price, and we'll probably see it peak near 60-ish% in March or April. Finally, our average sale price had virtually no change month over month, and it still sits around $897,000. So that probably doesn't sound like much, but when you compare it to past years, that's where it really shows how different the market is trending this year. Just 1 year ago, we had an average price of $919,000. We had 745 sales, 1,217 new listings, and just 801 active listings. We were entering the busiest time of the year with just 800 homes for sale in all of Durham region, leaving us with 1.1 months of inventory. Clear seller's market conditions. And that's been the story for most of the last 5 to 10 years. When we look at this chart, February 2025 had the third highest number of new listings going back to February of 2015. But when we flip that chart over to sales, we had the lowest sales this year out of any February in the past decade. This means that we're entering what is normally the busiest season of the year with the highest supply levels we've had in a decade, and we're on track to have a spring market with the most buyer-friendly conditions over that same period of time. In fact, just this morning, the Bank of Canada announced that they are cutting the overnight rate another 25 basis points. It's good news if you're a variable rate holder or someone looking to get a variable rate mortgage. As for fixed rate mortgages, I wouldn't expect to see a big change, as I think that this cut was likely already factored in. So what are buyers and sellers experiencing right now? Well, last month also had the highest number of terminated listings of any February over the last decade. In my opinion, that tells me that there's still a gap between what the sellers are asking and what buyers are valuing homes at. And that's been backed up by my personal experiences with clients as well. I've been in situations with buyers where a home is listed low, and on offer date, they received multiple offers only to turn around and not take any of them and decide to relist at a much higher price. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but if you hold offers and you receive multiple offers, all valuing your property relatively the same, you need to seriously consider whether it's your valuation that's off or all of the other agents and buyers that brought you offers. In most scenarios, if a home is receiving multiple offers from buyers that are all around the same valuation and same price point, they're probably fairly representative of market value. This is a very tough market to be expecting buyers to pay above and beyond similar sales or expecting them to pay a steep premium for features in your home. My advice to buyers is to get your ducks in a row before starting your search. Get yourself to a point where if you found the perfect house tomorrow, you could go put an offer in on it. So get a formal pre-approval from a bank or mortgage broker, and if you have a house that you'll be selling, talk with your agent about what you're looking for on the buying side and how to time it with your sale. If you're not looking for a unicorn property, it probably makes sense to list your home first and get it sold. Then you'll know exactly what budget you're working with. You'll have lots of homes for sale to look at because our supply is high, and when you find that perfect property, you'll be able to make an educated and competitive offer. Of course, every situation is unique. But if you find the perfect home and can't put your best foot forward because you haven't sold your own home or you haven't been pre-approved, it's going to make the process more stressful for you, and it's going to make it harder to take advantage of those good opportunities when they do come up. Be prepared on the buying side to run into homes listed low and holding offers, some homes listed high, and some sellers with expectations that are not in line with market values. But as long as you and your agent are on top of what homes are selling for and what's available in your budget, you're not going to end up being a buyer who overpays for something. If you're someone who has a home to sell, pricing and presentation is everything right now. Look into what pricing strategies work for homes in your area and price point. Often, listing low and holding offers gives you your best chance at receiving multiple offers and getting the home sold quickly. However, it does not mean that you will receive over market value. Offer dates give buyers a deadline, and there's a concern that after the deadline, that home is likely sold. Where a home that doesn't have a timeline put on it, buyers sometimes treat them as if they're always going to be available, and it can be harder to get an offer. But for the strategy to work, you have to do it correctly. And there's a lot of homes listed right now that are not really doing it correctly, in my opinion. The other thing to note is that what buyers are valuing is shifting along with the market. Buyers are not willing to pay big premiums for features that they did in previous markets. Things like pools, basement apartments, or basements with a second kitchen would have been enough to get a buyer to pay a high premium regardless of the condition or features in the rest of the home. In today's market, you can still get a premium for these things, but buyers are a lot less willing to overlook your other flaws while still paying a premium. If you'd like to speak with me more in depth on buying or selling a home in or around Durham region, you can use the link in the description to book a call with me at a time that works best for you. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one next week. Bye!